Hey, love. You're Melanie on the Chilove radio show, Pop Radio Worldwide, iHeartRadio, and Spotify Premium. Before we begin this segment, let's take 3 deep breaths. You're going to pick out 3 issues, and with that first breath, you're going to visualize that first issue. As you inhale, you're going to gather up all the components of that issue and blow that shit out. Again, shout out to Felice, Tamara Jackson. That's part of her little, hashtag with her business and everything. But blow that shit out. Cleanse yourself and clear your energy field. 1. 2. 3. All right, shake it off, blow it out. Let's continue. So, we're doing this remote learning, especially here in Chicago. And, people are comfortable at home. A lot of people have had to work from home. The children are going to school from home. But home has a certain comfortableness. And the teachers would like to keep the professionalism even within your home, especially when the children are, when it's during the learning hours for school. So, this has been a change. And I know that, at home, you're comfortable being around the house and whatever you want to be in or not want to be in. You're engaging and you're doing your thing. But with the homeschooling and the remote learning and the Zoom, it's giving others access into, your little safe zone or your little comfort zone. So with that being said, teachers have started to speak out about the way that the children are and that the households are presented during school time hours. So teacher pleads to parents to put on clothes while children are online learning. Mama, it's your house. So you might just have a little t-shirt on. You might just have your brown panties on. Have something that works for you. But if you walk past the camera, walk behind your child, and the camera calls you exciting the little boys or whatever. So, they just want you to, cover it up a little better. Put some clothes on. Or maybe when you go into that section of the house where your child is engaging in remote learning, you can have something to throw on as you walk past and then, get back to your regular comfortability once you get to your own room or whatever. In Florida, one teacher has issued a warning to parents who forget their children are online while they walk around half dressed or smoking marijuana. The teachers are saying that they're seeing the blunts, people. They're saying, parents, when you are helping your children at their computer, please do not appear with big joints in your hands and cigarettes. Those joints be as big as cigars. They say they've seen it all. That camera is picking up, more than what you are realizing. So maybe it'll be better for you to zone off a certain area that you don't have to frequently walk past, so that you can be comfortable and do your thing and the child can engage in learning and the household is not a distraction for the teacher or the other peers. They say the joints be as big as cigars. They seen them in their drawers. So they seen underwear, they seen bras. One teacher said that a father, it was like 11:45 in the morning, and the father was just sitting back drinking a beer. And they said that another parent actually showed off her ankle monitor. Oh, well, she got witnesses for her being where she's supposed to be. OMG. So, the teachers just you know, want some cooperation from the parents because we all are in this together. We all have to adjust. We're not, everybody's not conditioned. Usually during school hours for a lot of parents, if they do work from home or don't work, or their hours are after school hours, that's their time to do whatever around the house, and they do it their own way. But it's like now, instead of the child being in a physical classroom in a physical school building, they're still in the house, and you have to condition your brain to the new normal for right now. So the teachers would like that the students behave and that their attire should be as if they are in a physical classroom. They don't want to see students without shirts on. They don't want to see students smoking, nor disrespecting the teacher or acting in a way that is not allowed in the physical classroom. Some children have been taking this as an opportunity to cut up, to misbehave. Some students, I guess they logged in on time, but they joints as big as the cigars too. And, you have to learn like how or when is a good time to perform certain duties, because you don't need DCFS at your door for whatever happens to be seen in the background or heard in the background, of whatever goes on within your household, because it was displayed in public through the Zoom because of the remote learning. So you can save yourself some issues. Everybody has a right to privacy, and when it comes to each individual household, that's your household. So there's a wide span of how you can run, your own household. But understand that teachers are mandated reporters. So if they are exposed to something that the state or DCFS or whatever would deem as a red flag, they are mandated to report that, or they could face consequences. So just, recondition yourself, make a few changes to where you can still do your thing while the child is, doing their thing without any disruption. So they also say that there should not be anyone other than the student participating in the class or talking during the virtual class. They don't want the students laying in their bed, nor should they be eating, and this includes gum. Just like in a classroom, you know, children can be disruptive to other children. And I think it was on YouTube. It was like a little video of, the virtual learning, and the kids was getting up and they was dancing, and one little girl was hitting a little savage move, and she was getting it. But that was not the time nor the place, for that. So, as parents, you have to help to condition your child to appropriate behavior during school hours. And if they are cutting up at home and being disruptive at home while they're on Zoom and you're in the house, imagine what they put their teacher through when they're in the actual school building in the classroom. So if you're paying attention and communicating with the teacher, this is a time where you can actually get to know who your child is more, who they have become currently. And this is a time where you can start to implement, certain disciplines, certain coping skills, add some rewards to it, to motivate their little selves to get it together. Everybody saw personally, how the whole homeschooling affected majority of everyone. And so many parents were and are still, ready to get them children back under the hands of the teachers during these certain hours because they didn't get on your nerves and they're yours. So that experience should definitely make us more mindful of what type of child you're sending in these teachers' presence. Because then they're not even just dealing with your child, it's all these varied personalities. And as a parent, knowing whatever the school rules are, you should go over it with your child and let them know that you stand in agreement with, for example, not being disruptive during class. You stand in agreement with respect for the teacher or for following the rules. But at the same time, let your child know that if there is a rule or an order that you and your soul don't agree with, that is not right, tell the teacher, I think my parents should be involved in this conversation. You don't want to willy lynch your kids and just condition them to always bending under the command of authority. But at the same time, there are institutions and there are rules and there are regulations and there are social norms that need to be followed because we all have to share this earthly space. And school should not be a place where, children just feel like they don't have to respect the teachers or the staff. Because, they say it takes a village. So if your child knows that you, the teacher, and whoever else is involved in your, positive support system stands in agreement for them to receive their best education, stands in agreement for them to follow the rules, but still allows that child, lets that child know that, if something doesn't sound right, if something is being forced upon you, let that teacher know that you need a parent involved because you're uncomfortable with whatever it is or for whatever reason you feel like you feel about it, speak up and let that teacher. And it's like teachers, you have to understand that these, yes, they're children, but they're little people. And they have their little brains. And especially during, they have a rebelliousness in them. They want to be respected. Because I do notice that a lot of teachers have the mentalities where it's like, well, you ain't home and your mama ain't here and I don't care what your mama got to say. So now when your child go home and tell his parent, his or her parent, that this was your response, and because the parent has natural right to the child and you only got them for 8 hours a day, now it's going to be a problem. Because you have certain parents who gonna come up there and show you how they felt or express how they felt about you feeling like they're not important enough to be involved in what's going on with their child at their school and cause some excitement. Or they're gonna tell their child to fuck that bitch. It's whatever with her. So now this child is disrupting your class because you disrupted, the flow of energy of communicating together. Because for some reason, you so strong in your power of being a teacher, you're the one who runs it, that you feel like that this parent cannot be an ally in resolving whatever situation that has occurred. Now, yeah, there are some children who outright don't listen to their parents, but majority of the kids, the parents still have some type of influence in their lives. So it'd be best if the parents and the teachers started to respect each other's roles, got eye to eye in an agreement for doing what is necessary for their child's success, so that these children can receive the type of education and be the greatest that they could be, because we call them our future and we need them to be their best selves. So there has to be a respect on all levels, including the child. It's not wise to push the parent out or to send out the message of we only want your energy around, we only want you around when it's time for you to come to these parent conferences or help out with these fundraisers or come out your pocket some type of way, but other than that, we call the shots. No. Get to know your students, build a rapport with these parents so that you all can come up with the best ways for these children to be as successful as we want them to be. It's going to take teamwork. So we here at the Chilove Radio Show, Pop Radio Worldwide, iHeartRadio, and Spotify Premium. Believe in everybody getting to the point where they are just walking in their highest light, being their best selves. And 2020 has taken everybody through a roller coaster of emotions, of moods, of changes. And sometimes it is hard to, keep yourself encouraged. Sometimes it is hard to keep having positive thoughts when there's so much negative, tangible things, everywhere you look. Hopefully, your house is a peace zone, is a safe zone, so that when you close your door or change the channel, that chaos is not in your personal space. But unfortunately, for some, the negativity is inside of the house as well. So here are 12 daily positive thoughts to motivate you to do your best. There is power to using positive thoughts throughout the day. Research has proven that there are both mental and physical benefits of an optimistic mindset. People who tend to keep on the sunny side have better self-esteem, more confidence, and they are usually motivated and in a good mood. Now, we're not saying to disconnect from reality. But an example would be, something tragic or disappointing happening, and you are allowing yourself to face it, to deal with it, to see whatever solution you come up with, whatever. But the optimistic part of that is, one, knowing that you're going to get through whatever situation this is. And in this one, you can look back on history and do a little mental run of all the things that you have overcome, situations where you saw absolutely no ray of sunshine in the situation. There was no silver lining. But you got through it. You got through it. You learned what you needed to learn. Start to apply that knowledge to your life. Start to elevate from it. You out here to help others because of it. To know that you've gotten through things before. You're going to get through what is going on now. And you're going to get through whatever is to come. So you can acknowledge the reality of it, but still know that trouble don't last always. Or be aware of what's causing you to have, this low vibrational energy. And being aware of yourself enough to face that situation and make changes to work on your healing or protecting yourself or whatever, whatever is needed. And, start to learn. And all progress counts, all growth counts. And yes, building back up to that happy point may feel like it's taking a long time, but you have to understand that, you didn't just get to this point overnight, or sometimes in a blink of an eye, you could change your whole life. And then it's like a whole little journey trying to restore and continue to elevate from it. But it's worth it. Because if you don't, then that situation or those situations now bind you and limit your power. Having at least one positive thought can dramatically impact you. It really can. Certain stuff that you're conscious enough to think about can really just change your whole day. Sometimes, you could be by a mirror and you could be having, a sad little bad little day or whatever. And, just catch a glimpse of yourself in the mirror and smile at yourself. It makes me feel better. I love to see my little smile. I'll be all happy. You can learn to find joy and peace no matter what's going on outside. And that's this thing called inner peace, to where you're damn near unshakable, unbreakable. You might bend, you might twist, but unbreakable. It's that inner peace. And I'm still working on that. I'm growing, but that's a beautiful place to be, to where no matter what is going on, no matter what, to where not only does your mind know it, your spirit knows it, but your body is in alignment with it. It ain't stressing out and tensing up. You're just feeling all this anxiety. Even though a change gonna come, things gonna get better. I'm gonna do stuff to make it better. Whatever, you're still just feeling the energy and allowing that energy from whatever to, make you vibrate lower or whatever. So you have to be aware of yourself. Because that's how you can help you out. Just like your partner needs to get to know you so that they can love you correctly, you got to get to know you so that you can love you correctly. When you tend to be positive, then you see things in life to keep you focused on the good things around you. Because you know how they say, whatever you're giving energy to will be amplified in your life. And sometimes, especially when it's things that's like trauma related, depression related, you're not trying to still hold on to that stuff. Your brain has changed in such a way to where it's a replay, it's flashbacks, it's triggers, it's trauma. And if you are having these negative thoughts, and it's like you can't not focus on them, you have to start to apply different methods. You have to start to be more conscious, even going to seek professional help to help to get yourself together so that you can be your best self. When you switch to positive thinking, you commit to using your challenges as fuel to drive you to be a better person. Like sometimes instead of just like moaning and groaning and huffing and puffing, just be like, it's an adventure. Let's look at it. It's an adventure. And then you learn what you need to learn from it. And you apply what you need to apply from it. And then work on elevating yourself from it. And it's acknowledged that this is not an easy process. It's hard because you're already conditioned a certain way, whether that conditioning is beneficial for you or not. You're already conditioned a certain way. So now you got to recondition yourself to checking yourself when you're starting to have these negative thoughts, these negative words. Watch who you've been around in the energy, because sometimes certain people that you be around, you could be vibrating on a fine level, but somebody that you're around is close enough to you energetically to where their negative energy impacts your energy. And now you regressing. But when you do regress, acknowledge it, learn from it, and just try to be more aware. And even if you have to minimize your time with certain people because of the energy that they carry in for your own well-being, then do so. Because if there's somebody in your life, they should want the best for you, even if they can't provide it. And understand that this is what you need for your own personal growth, for who you are ordained to be. And especially 2020, OMG, you turn on the news, OMG, you walk out in the streets, OMG. Goodness gracious. And you might find that, you're doing good, you want to react, you're holding yourself from reacting, but it's a pile up. You know what I'm saying? Everywhere you turn, here comes something. And then at some point you find yourself popping off because you're full. You're full, you can't take it. That last thing was the icing on the cake. So, okay, you're doing good because you're not responding how you are conditioned to respond, because, you're more aware now, right? But where you're not doing good at is that you're holding on to that energy instead of finding a way to release it or transmute it. That's what we mess up at. That's why at a certain point, now we're popping off because we done took all we could take. So take some time out for yourself throughout the day. I don't care how many times it is. Take some time out for yourself throughout the day to blow it out, to release, to recharge. So here's some tips. Always make time for humor. Try to see the humorous side in things, even when they look bad. Now, that's wise, but at the same time, that has caused a lot of backlash because things have happened. And, you got these little online comedians, and, the situation was traumatic, but because of how it was, we saw the video or heard the audio of it, and because of how the person was responding, or, it was funny, but it wasn't funny. So, you just have to be a little careful with that. You just have to be a little careful with that because sometimes it's too soon, to joke about certain things. But overall, yes, try to find the humor. If not in that situation, find something that's funny and healthy funny. Control your mornings. Prepare your day to be a good day in the morning. Start by using positive affirmations and saying things like, today I will have a good day. Don't judge. At least try not to. It's so easy. It's so easy. And we all get caught up in it, at one point or another. It's easy to fall into a pattern of judging other people. It'd be best if you learn that everyone is human and that they're not perfect. And sometimes you see people in imperfect moments. And you have to understand, well, maybe something going on that has this person vibrating low at this time. Now, if it's a person who has a pattern of low vibrational moments, and especially if the energy from that is affecting your life or causing you abuse or trauma, make some changes based on what you need for your own life. And don't enable. Also, we have to be careful not to enable people's unhealthy behaviors. And you can tell the effectiveness by the fruit something bears. So sometimes you have to give a person a little wake up, all in the name of love, so that they can understand that they're hurting people around them, hurting the same people that they say that they love because of their low vibrational energy. And just because you have a low vibrational little moment or a couple moments or whatever, I still feel like you deserve love. It might have to be a different type of love, but love indeed. We have the Chilove Radio Show, Pop Radio Worldwide, iHeart Radio, and Spotify Premium. We all about love. Never compare yourself to others. You are setting yourself up for failure. You can look to somebody else and become inspired. Inspired to do what? Your own thing. Not my thing. Your own thing. You could look at the elevation and the character of another and allow it to inspire you to become your best self so that you could do what? Your thing, not my thing. Be thankful for the blessings that you have and have a grateful heart. Some people are so freaking ungrateful, feel so entitled, so stingy, so selfish, so narcissistic. Those characteristics are not conducive to happy, healthy relationships and elevation, gratefulness. Gratitude will go a long way in life and keep your positive thoughts on track. When you're writing down, I have 7 composition books, and every day, at the end of every day, I write down what I am grateful for. Because sometimes you got so much going on and so much more that needs to be done that you're so caught up in that part that you don't see the movement. You don't see still the blessings. You don't see the maintenance of. Sometimes when you put something in writing, when you become conscious about your thoughts, when you look around, you'll see how much blessed you really are. How much you're really blessed. You will see how much, despite whatever circumstances. Tune out the haters. Middle finger. There are some people who decides that for, especially it's some people who don't like people for unjustifiable reasons, like just because the person never did anything to you for you to treat them like you treat them or whatever, not treat them. And you have to be careful and be aware of agents, of handlers, people who are in your life, in your energy to try to tear you down. People who don't want to do none of the work and be there for you when you're going through the grind, but jump on board after you decide to elevate yourself some. People who do not feed your soul as you feed their soul. People who always want to instigate some stuff. People who knowing what you're working on and they thinking negative thoughts against it. They speaking against it behind your back. They don't show you no support, no way. People who are not in alignment with your vibration. So you have to have the power to tune them out and never join in the conversation. It's so easy to get caught up in that mess. It's so easy to get caught up in it. Take chances in life. The what if questions can drive your mind crazy. Don't be afraid to try that new job or go on a date with a new love interest. I don't like what if situations. I don't like stuff that leaves me in a what if. And if it's something that's on my mind to where it'll leave a lingering question, I have to face it and go and do what I do. Have that experience, and whether it's positive or negative, that what if part is gone because there's a knowing now. And everything ain't worth exploring. But sometimes certain stuff feel just, it's something about it that interests you to where you feel like you need to get up close and personal to find out what's really there. So you don't want to live with like a lot of, you don't want to be alive and not live. So certain things you should explore if you know that it's a possibility that this could possibly change your life for greatness, for the better, help you heal, whatever. But learn from it all, apply the knowledge, and keep on going. Know that all things end. Just as all good things come to an end, so will the storms of your life. There's a starting and an ending point for everything. Don't do things just to satisfy others. So a lot of people pleasers, you going against yourself. You got so much loyalty to somebody else that you disloyal to yourself. That's what I'm talking to. Stop. You are feeding negativity into your spirit when you take on more than you can handle. Learn how to say no and take control of your life. People might be mad, but you know what is best for yourself. And if they love you like they say they do, they're not gonna just turn off from you just because you're saying no or that it's too much for you, whatever. They're gonna respect it. And y'all gonna continue to have y'all relationship. Get rid of things that hold you down. Life is too short to be caught up in things that make you feel miserable. True love should awaken your soul and set a fire down inside. It's beautiful, y'all. It doesn't make you see red with danger and feel horrible about yourself. That's not healthy love. Fix the things that bring you down and it will change your whole outlook. Sometimes certain things and certain people need to be dismissed. Sometimes it just needs to be amended. So have discernment within yourself to know the difference. Stay focused on the good. You have many things that will come against you. No matter how hard life tries to get at you, keep positive thoughts coming. Counting your blessings, helping others. I hear people like, well, I can't help nobody until I help myself. And that is true to a certain extent. But see, you're in this human vessel with this God-like power. You could work on more than one thing. You could work on in certain areas where you need to get yourself together, as well as help another. There can be a balance between that. Look around every day and find someone to help or bless that day. Little acts of kindness, put positive things out into the universe, and karma will come back to you. Some of y'all really need to get on working on that from a sincere place, because the karma that you got coming back to you is, you have an opportunity every day to make an impact on yourself and others. So you need to utilize the chances you've been given. A lot of times we do not honor time. We do not honor time. And you're saying, give me a chance. Your chance is when you're in the presence or the energetic field of that person. That's your chance. Every time you're in the presence or the energetic field of that person, that's your chance. And if you cannot help yourself start to think positively, and you need some assistance with that, that is okay, and you are not to be judged because of it. But we do have a crisis hotline who can help your little self. Just help your little self get through whatever it is that you're going through. You know, we have a lot of videos and stuff, commercials and stuff where people are putting out free mental health services. There are a lot of resources out here. If it's an emergency with a crisis, you know, you always call 911. You can call 1-800-273-8255. That's a crisis call center. And they can help you if you're off the track, if you have any issues getting started. You can get some type of counseling or therapy that can help you set up an individualized care plan based on your own needs, desires, and goals. So continue to blow that shit out, y'all. Focus on your elevation. Focus on becoming and returning to who you are originally ordained to be, so that you can be your little best self. We love y'all here at the Chilove Radio Show, Pop Radio Worldwide, iHeartRadio, and Spotify Premium.